empathic sensitive souls. Oh my gosh, I have got cards falling every which direction. How is everyone doing? It's Happy Monday. What is going on in the world today? My computer is hitting buttons left and right because I'm shuffling cards. Oh my goodness. Last week we had that Ghostlands card where you're not supposed to live in the past and you're not supposed to live in the future. You're supposed to live in the here and now. And sometimes that's really hard to do, especially when, I have a coworker that's out. She had surgery, so 4 to 8 weeks she's going to be gone. So there's always the worry of what's going to happen and how. And I threw another one on the floor. And how am I going to handle it? And how are we going to be able to get through everything? And the whole worry syndrome. And I found myself worrying and worrying. Let me grab my card. It's a Ghostland card again. Apparently, we're still trying to live in the past and the future all at the same time, and we can't. We have to live in the here and now. So, what's that tell us? We're clinging to, it's really hard this time of year, too, isn't it? Because it's the fall. We went from, I swear, 102 degrees yesterday, and we're going to be 59 degrees today. So I haven't been outside yet, and my air conditioner has not gone off yet today, so I'm going to assume that it's going to be chilly out. But this time of year, it's harvest, and we gather together, and I always spend time reminiscing because that's just what we do when we gather together. I was talking with my nephew the other night, and he's like, "Oh God, I'm so happy for this time of year." He goes, "This is a time where I want to stop going mad at work," because he works in landscaping, outdoor landscaping, and is there indoor landscaping? Anyways, he's busy all summer. There's mowing, there's trimming, there's hauling rock, there's you name it, he's doing it. So when the fall comes, it's time for him to start slowing down because you don't mow as often. And the hardscape is usually done by now, so you can get the sod in and get it set for winter prep, right? And he's like, "What is it about this time of year?" He goes, I'm like, "It's fall harvest season. You're coming to the end of that cycle and you're ready to gather and prepare for the hibernation of winter. Not that humans hibernate, but we slow down. Not that we don't go out and enjoy the winter festivities. And if you enjoy skiing, cross country skiing, winter sports, that's great. But for me, my winter sport was sliding across the barnyard chasing cows, right? I didn't have we didn't have skiing, and we did sledding, but that was after chores were done. So for me, winter was more of a, you work hard because you have to keep your animals safe. You have to make sure there's water for the outside animals, you have to provide shelter, you have to provide warmth. And then you come in and you have your shelter and your warmth, and you have a big pot of chili on the stove, and chocolate chip cookies baking, or whatever the case may be. And you gather your family together and you enjoy the feast and the camaraderie and the closeness and the festivities and the storytelling. And we don't have that anymore. And I think that's what I reminisce and miss, especially this time of year as we're transitioning into fall and winter, is after, and I know the farmers are still harvesting around here, but it's the slowing down, it's the going into the hibernation type mode. And so I reminisce about that and I miss that. And then I got the worry with work that, oh my gosh, I don't know what's going to happen. Well, of course I don't know what's going to happen. It's in the future. So I have to keep pulling myself back here, now, at this moment. Not worrying about what's going to happen on Friday. My nephew has a play he's been working on. Last week I had to pick him up after school every night because he was practicing. And then they had homecoming this past weekend, and apparently he had a blast. I haven't heard from him, so I consider that a good thing. No news is good news. And he's focused on the play. And even he is, it's dark early, so he's ready to go home right away. And it's like, can I sit and chat with my friends for a couple minutes? Oh yeah, because he's catching a ride, so he's going to be polite and say, oh yeah. But I could tell everybody just wants to get home. It gets dark early. It's dark in the morning. I got to go to work. Time doesn't change until the first week of November. So I thought they were doing away with that. Weren't they supposed to do away with time changes? Whatever. But it's that time of the year where I'm ready to hibernate. And I have to keep pulling myself out of how it used to be to how it is and be comfortable with me as my life is now, not reminiscing how it used to be. And like I've said before, I miss not having all the responsibilities that I have because mom and dad had the responsibilities. And it's really hard when you lose your parents that there's no one that is an adultier adult than you that you can go to ask questions to. Because my niece will call and ask me, and I'm like, but you're an adult. Oh, yeah, I forgot. She's a mom. She's got 3 kids. She's in her 30s. Oh, yeah, I forgot. But you know more. Maybe. But it's funny that we're always looking for someone to bounce ideas off, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just I don't have my adultier adult now. So, trying to figure things out, it kind of freaks you out a little bit. So we're trying to not live in the past. Reminiscing is fine, but I can't live there. I can't get melancholy. I can't go down that spiral pit of despair trying to act and think and have the emotional feelings of love and companionship and happiness and joy and less responsibility that I used to have because I'm no longer a child. So, Ghostlands, you can't live in the past, and worrying about the future just robs you of the joy you have today. Now, is it joyful missing a coworker from work? Well, it's not bad. Am I going to be able to take any time off for the next 8 weeks? Probably not. But that's okay because it'll be smoother with one less person nagging because that's what they like to do. And they like to stir the pot and they like to create trouble. And it gets really old. The gossiping is like, I don't just, no, I don't want to listen to it. I don't want to hear it. I'm trying to work. I'm trying to concentrate. I'm trying to get through this. So the other coworker and I think we work pretty well together and we'll have all the bases covered and we'll be fine. So I'm not really worried about that aspect. Now, if there's changes that need to occur or some, because there's always something that happens, there's the corporate office that we ask for help. So I think we're fine. We got it covered. So the Ghostlands. Don't live in the past. Don't live in the future. You have to live in the here and now. The future doesn't exist yet. We can daydream about it and work towards the goals of what we want to happen, but don't lollygag and in the daydream and stay there. We have to work in the here and now. I hope this helps. I can't believe I drew the same card again. Apparently, it's something we need to know. And it's a very, the card, I love the card. They're such beautiful cards. The artist did such a wonderful job on these. Ghostlands. Stay in the here and now. If you need help pulling yourself out of the past, whether it is grief, you're grieving for the loss of a loved one or loss of how you thought life should be, if you need help navigating those emotions, contact me. Drop me a comment, send me an email, give me a holler, get a hold of me. Together we can work and moving you through those emotions where you remember, but they don't have a stranglehold on your life, and you can move forward and do the things that you dream of doing. I help you navigate through those emotions. I give you breathing room so you can feel them, you can process them, and they don't control you anymore. If that sounds like something you want to work through, drop me a note. I'm here to help, and as an intuitive emotional healer, I love to do that. I love to help people. I love seeing people succeed, move forward in their life, and get what they want out of life. I will see you all on Wednesday. We'll go back over what's going on with the Ghostland card this week again. Bye for now, everyone.